Am I enough? Am I enough? Isn't that quite the question? I'll tell you something right now that I truly believe in my heart is that you're not enough from the moment that you're going to hear me say any words. You were enough from the day you were born. Why do we all go around all the time feeling that we're not enough? And what is it to be enough? Is to be enough to reach the point of happiness? Is being happy the moment that you know that you are enough? And not even just you're enough. Is it the moment where you realize that what is around you is enough? That's something that a lot of us struggle with, and I know I've struggled with it a long time because I grew up believing that the only way that I was ever going to be enough is if I change the world, if I do something amazing to leave a legacy, to, change the world for the better in some way. But actually, it took me so long. I'm 36 years old now. And for so long, I was thinking that, but actually I've come to realize that being enough is realizing that that's the base of everything. What I have right now is enough. Eleanor Roosevelt once said that no one has the power to make you feel inferior other than yourself. So how do we all fall into this trap? How we grew up, the people around us who we surround ourselves with, mostly that being family and friends, of course. Allowing ourselves to believe all of these other things instead of waking up every morning knowing that you have been enough all along. So if you feel inferior, if you feel you're not good enough, if you feel like you're always spending all this energy, all this time, you keep allowing others, external things, to make you feel that way, or you have fallen into the trap of you yourself setting such incredible expectations or chasing this dream that is not really the reality. Ask yourself this question. If you really do truly feel like you're not enough, ask yourself the question of, why don't I feel enough? And write down a few things and see what comes up. But remember, start realizing that you were enough from the day that you were born, and that no one has the power to make you feel any different other than the person that you see in the mirror, the only master of your destiny, and that's yourself. Do you find yourself always comparing yourself to people? That's what society does, unfortunately. Oh, I don't have that amazing car that person has. Oh, I don't have as much money as that person has. Oh, I don't fly business class as much, or I don't fly first class as much. Whatever it is, I don't have £20,000 jewellery on me, or £100,000 or £1 million jewellery on me. That is what society can do. Comparing yourself can be one of your greatest downfalls. So try find a place where you allow that to go away, to not compare yourself to anyone and anything, to just realize the things that you want, start manifesting and seeing yourself where you could be, what you can do. And you can use people as sort of aspire to, or use people that inspire you to help you in a positive way, but don't do the comparison thing, because that will get you in a lot of trouble. I think self-acceptance is definitely something that we don't do enough. We always look for external validation from people, and don't get me wrong, external validation from others is an amazing thing, and no matter how enough anyone will ever feel, we will always feel amazing when external forces validate us, okay? Because you know in yourself that, oh, it's not just me knowing that something is that way, or knowing that I did something amazing and something great. Other people are validating that for me. Other people are making me feel enough. Other people are making me feel like I'm great. So self-acceptance is something you're going to have to come to realize that you have to give yourself. Self-love is another one. Self-love, I think there's a misconception with it sometimes. I think people use self-love to mean you have to have a cocky amount of self-confidence, and you're all that, and you're big, and you go around thinking you're better than others, and that's what self-love is, and keep telling yourself, I'm so amazing, I'm so great. But actually, self-love really is about taking care of yourself and looking after yourself, not just looking out for other people all the time. Looking after yourself and loving yourself in that way, but also not allowing it to come into a space where it makes you selfish. Because I tell you now, caring about yourself makes you someone who is capable of caring for others more, caring about nature, about your family, about your friends, about humanity, about everything around you more. So in my eyes, that's what self-love is. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. Validation. Always looking for validation from others. Always. It's not good enough to find a place where you can give yourself the validation. But I tell you this now, it all begins with you giving yourself validation. Because if you're someone who continues this internal battle all the time of only ever wanting validation from other people, you are never ever going to be someone who feels like they're enough. If you're someone who knows that validation comes from the self first and then from others, then you can't go wrong. You're going to have this beautiful freedom inside of you that allows you to understand that all the validation you'll ever need is the one that comes from in you. And if you have enough of that, then other validation from others will make you feel just a bit better. But it's not going to be what you're looking for all the time. It's not going to be that incredible search for everyone to validate everything. And once you stop being intense about getting this validation from other people, that's when you're going to start realizing that it's coming to you anyways. You'll just start attracting it anyways, because it begins with you. And if you get that confidence, that freedom inside of you that allows you to know that what you did was, and what you saw or what you felt was right or correct or true, let's call it true, then you'll be untouchable. Who you surround yourself is really, really important. I can't stress this enough. It's one of the things that I've come to learn over the years. And actually, I myself had to let go of people I loved a lot, that I had deep care for and deep love for, who time and time again showed selfishness towards me, showed greed, showed a sense of competition instead of, unity, and instead of sharing and care. Who you hang around with, your circle of people, these people are important. And if you're finding that this is a circle that is toxic, that is not driving you to feel greater, then you're not hanging out with the right people. And there is no way that you will ever feel enough, because this circle is always of the circle of friends or people or whoever it is, they're always going to make you feel like you are not good enough. The greatest weapon that you possess is yourself. It's not something physical that you can grab. It's not other people, it's yourself. So believing in yourself, trusting yourself, loving yourself, not being too selfish when you love yourself. And that's the way you're going to start pushing forward. You're going to start finding this amazing freedom that's going to set you loose and allow you to love the world around you. And that's how you're going to start doing great things. And great things are not fame and money and fortune. It could be, but it's not necessarily that. Great things are how you feel deep inside, how you feel every morning when you wake up. Greatness is how you feel. It's not what you attain. You know, we all live in a world where we're brought up and we're told being a millionaire is what's going to be success. Having fame is what's going to be success. Having that Lamborghini is what's going to be success. That's the way that you're going to be enough. That's the way that you're going to finally find this amazing freedom that you never had. And don't get me wrong, those things are not negative things. And if you're someone who has those, amazing. But not everyone finds happiness, and not everyone will find that self-acceptance and that self-worth. Even when they have all of these things, they'll just keep believing that the next level and the next level of those material things is what's going to make them happy. But it's not what's going to make them happy. It's not what's going to make them feel enough. You are enough from the day you're born. You're enough with what you have around you right now. That is what's going to give you that freedom and that comfort, and that then will push you forward to achieve greater things, not by being so desperate about achieving them, but by just freeing yourself and knowing that even if you don't achieve those things, you're not a failure, okay? It just is what it is. And what is around me anyways has always been enough, and it's cool, it's okay. I'm going to be good, I'm going to be fine, whether I achieve that bigger thing or if I don't achieve it. Surrounding yourself in positivity is really important. And I could sit here and say surround yourself with positive people, but I don't think that's super realistic to always surround yourself with positive people, because it could be you have family members who are not positive. It could be you have friends who are not super positive. You could have friends who are always a bit competitive. You could have family who are always competitive, and you love these people. So it's not always about just surrounding yourself with positive people. It's impossible to 100% of the time do that. And also, it might be you are surrounding yourself with people who are positive to a good enough level. It might be you yourself has fallen into a pit where you're not positive enough, or you're not happy enough, or you're not finding fun in your life. But you've got to find yourself and pull yourself out of that. Thank you. Have an amazing day, an amazing week, an amazing month. And always know that you have always been enough.